An important part of your morning routine is going to need to be stretching. If you're over 30, it needs to be done several times a week. In fact, if you're over 50, it should be done every day. We want to be able to maintain the elasticity of our muscles, and we want to be able to have great growth. My name's Nick Tabor. I'm a personal trainer. I talk about this stuff on this channel because I'm living through it right now. And man, with COVID-19 and everybody in quarantine right now, this is a perfect time to get stretching. And matter of fact, there's going to be a lot of stretching videos on this channel coming up over the next few weeks. This is due to the fact that we have a lot of time, but also it's something for me personally that I realize I need to do a lot more often myself. You know, I've talked about on this channel, I'm a black belt. I used to stretch a lot more as a kid, but I realized growing up, I'm like, I need to do way more. I need to do this way better because stretching itself, you know, not only let your muscles feel limber, but what it's going to do is it's going to prevent random bits of tightness. And it's going to help you be better overall. I mean, your overall health, if you're limber and you're, you know, flexible and you're not as tight, but you're genuinely feeling really good, the better your overall biological self is going to be. It helps not only with your gait, it helps you lose weight. Ask all my yoga friends. Like, yep, it does. It helps you lose weight because, you know, muscles are not tightened up and everything else. So, man, when I was little, and I'm 35 years old right now, I used to stretch all the time. I used to be able to kick straight up. And I remember I was so flexible. I used to be able to do a front kick. I did it so high, it was way above my head that I kneed myself in the face. Not funny then, but I got a little mark on my nose for a little while. They're like, did somebody punch you in the nose? I'm like, no, I kicked myself in the face, sensei. And you're like, you? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I did here, so... there, it was what it was, you know. It was really, that's what it was. Hell, but you know, for what I realized with a particular type of things that we can do. I mean, especially there's ways you can tackle stretching. If you're in your 30s, you need to stretch at least a couple times a week. I recommend putting it into your morning routine. At least get yourself limber. Now expect that it's not going to be good every day. You're not going to go down to do a full split immediately, touch the ground or whatever. Or you're not going to do any of those giant stretches that, you know, you see most gymnasts rather, do all the time, but it needs to be done. You know, look at David Goggins. I mean, he did a great book called Can't Hurt Me. And towards the end is where he mentioned a story about his fact that he's not, that he hadn't stretched in a while and he started developing knots all in his body. The doctors said that it possibly could have been cancer. Thankfully, it was not. But the limberness and, you know, allowing the muscles to work and flow like they should have, allowed the body to take control over the lumps and knots that were going on that were all benign. But, you know, benign tumors can become cancerous tumors if they're left there long enough. And then it allowed the body to maintain control, and then, you know, the white blood cells were allowed to take the area and help everything. So today I'm going to be demonstrating a stretch called the butterfly stretch. That's why I'm sitting on my floor in my office right now. So the butterfly stretch is really, really, really super simple. Something you can do every day. When you do a stretch, what you need to do is hold for 30 seconds. 30 seconds to a minute. I recommend 30 seconds if you can handle it. You're going to experience some pain, but there's a difference between pain and terrible tears or like this is really life altering. You know, you'll know what it is. easily. You'll know what it is. So we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that, and I'll just get into it. So let me push the way out here. Hopefully you can see that, and that's a decent shot. Okay. So the butterfly stretch is really, really easy. You're going to have your feet together. So just putting your feet, just raise them up a bit, feet together like this, down on the floor, and the soles of your feet are touching as best they can. Grab onto your ankles. Now, you might not be able to do this pushed in right away, but what I would do is just push your heels towards you as much as you possibly can without hurting yourself. And then when you're at a comfortable state, you're going to feel it right on the inside of your legs right here. You're like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Just before, when you get to that, you're like, okay, that's enough. Just pull your heels out a little bit. And so you're like, okay, I'm comfortable here. So I've got about 6 inches out. That's where I usually was. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lean in and you're going to put your elbows on your legs and push down. Do not let your heels move out anymore. So just really hold on to it with your hands. Hold your ankles in your hands and push. And you're going to hold for 30 to 60 seconds. Now you're going to push down until you feel it. You're going to feel it right inside your legs. I feel it right now, actually. My right leg is way more nimble than my left, so I'm pushing on the left side a little more. All right, that's about 30 right there. Okay, so what that does is it stretches the inside of the leg out. This is a real easy one. It's also going to open up the outside around your hips. So that's going to affect what's called the IT band, which is a band that runs all the way down from your hips on the side of your leg all the way to your knee. That band itself, that needs to be limber. That needs to be limber at all times, but this really does work out both really well. So the reason why you want to hold it for 30 to 60 seconds, 30 at least. If you can't do 30, then try 15. Then work your way up. But you want to be patient with the results, but don't be patient with yourself. You want to do this every day. 30 to 60 second holds, 3 to 4 times. And I usually do about 3 times. So. Okay. So then you're going to feel it. I'm going to do one more for you, and we'll get into other stretches, but this should really make you nice and limber. Good thing when you're stretching too is we just did a video this week on water intake, is to make sure you're drinking a lot of water. That way the fluids can help the blood move around the body, especially these areas, these muscles that are really super tight are now limbering up. It's going to look for sustenance to be able to keep it clean, keep it better. We're going to do one more here. I'm going to do a 30-second hold. Feet in, feet together, move down. All right. Remember, hands on your ankles, push down. And yeah, I can feel it right in the hips right now. Oh, man. All right. 10 more seconds. See if we can do this. All right, so that's the butterfly stretch. Okay. All right, so again, it's important that you want to do this every single day. Take time to stretch, and it only takes a few minutes. We did this simple stretch in 3 minutes flat, even though in the middle of talking, so you could easily fit it into your morning routine. That's a good start. It's an easy stretch. If you have a lot of weight on you, that might be a bit of a problem, but also easily just to do a quick Google search of what's the best stretch for a blank year old, however old you are. A lot of times this comes up first. I'm going to do plenty of these over the next few weeks, and hopefully that'll help. If you like this, there's a whole bunch of other videos on this channel I want you to go ahead and check out. another one right here. Go ahead and check that one out there. As always, we climb. I'll see you there.